What's up, everybody? It's Mel. Coming to you from the Small Fry Show.
Turn right on Summit Springs Drive.
Let me get this off for a second, man. Let me change these settings on here. We don't need all that. We don't need to hear all that talking, man. So mute all the sound. So this, I know y'all wondering, last week was my first week on nights. How did it go? As you can see, I'm still here, man. But the question is, did I quit or did I turn my notice in? If you really want to know, stay tuned and find out. It was rough. I ain't even gonna lie about it. It was a rough week. Plus, I was fighting the cold and some other things, so that didn't help. So I worked Tuesday through Saturday. My call-in window is 6 p.m. to midnight, as I previously stated. So Tuesday through Friday, I covered a run, which was, I went from Columbus, Ohio to Casey, Illinois, met a meat driver, came back to Columbus. That had like a 9 o'clock window. Tuesday it was ready early, like 8. I left at like 8:40. I got back at like 7 in the morning. Wednesday and Thursday, they were late, like 45 minutes late. So on those days, I didn't get back until like 8 in the morning. Friday it was early. I got back at like 6:45. Saturday, I just went down to Louisville and came back. So I got back at like 4 o'clock in the morning, something like that. But I got my tail whooped last week, y'all. I ain't gonna lie about it, man. I got whooped up on last week. And hopefully this week will be a little better. I'm going to Pittsburgh and Cleveland this week. They told me I'll be covering that this week. 7:45 gate time. It's a little earlier, a little less miles. Hopefully that'll help with the transition. I just gotta stick it out, man. I gotta ride it out. It's uncomfortable. I'm in an uncomfortable place, uncomfortable position. But I work for a great company, so you know the benefits are great, the environment is great, the employees have been great, office people, management, safety people, you know, the whole nine. Everybody has been absolutely supportive, and I couldn't ask for a better opportunity or situation. So it's definitely going to be an adjustment period. And if you've been watching me long enough, you can still tell my voice ain't quite back to where it needs to be. I'm still trying to get back to being 100%, but we're going to get there. We're going to get there slowly but surely. And I don't know if y'all remember last week, I had to stop on these tracks. Not this week. No, at least not today. No hazmat. But get whatever gear you're going to get in before you get on the tracks, though. You don't want to shift across the tracks. I keep saying that. That will fail you on a driving test. You drop a drive shaft or miss a gear and get stalled out, man, you don't want to be sitting there. So make sure you got enough gear to get across the tracks. And if you happen to pick a low gear, don't shift it. Just ride that low gear till you get all the way across it. Then you can shift it. But like I said, we're still here, man. So the biggest things that I've noticed about having to run nights, you got to let people know, like, listen, I'm on nights, man. Can't be texting me all day, can't be calling me. See, because for me it's a little easier, because once they tell me what I'm doing, now granted, that can change. They can call me tomorrow and say, hey, something changed. You ain't doing that the rest of the week. But it's helpful to know what you're doing, because now you can shut your ringer off. You can shut your ringer off and say, you know what? I ain't got to worry about being bothered. But if you have it where you're waiting on them to call, you may need to set it up to where, like I got an iPhone, put your phone on Do Not Disturb, and then maybe make it to where only they can get through. But see, the issue with that is, for my job, they call from different numbers. So you kind of need to save every number, but just need to let people know, hey, listen, you can't be texting me during the day, or calling me during the day if it's not important, because I'm trying to get some sleep. I'm trying to get adjusted at night, be up, and whatnot. So it ain't no different than them being up during the day and going to bed at night, and you calling, texting them in the middle of the night, Same kind of courtesy. And if they can't respect it, man, you're gonna have to block them or something, because your job depends on you getting rest and being safe, I did that. I got a blackout curtain for my bedroom to make the room dark. That way, I was reading a study that said that even if you ran all night and you're tired, your body will. They got rained out last week. I look like they're gonna get rained out again tonight, laying that blacktop, boy. No, it's looking a little stormy tonight. That your body will, something about the being at night and dark, your body releases melatonin, and that's what makes you sleepy. But even if you be up all night, you go home and the sun is out, your body adapts to that, and it thinks it's time to be up. So that's another thing. We're gonna make another video on it. Some of these safety features. You see right there, I have my turn signal on and everything, getting over it. It still gave me the little electronic rumble strip like I done something wrong, and I have my signal on, getting over and everything. That's another video for another day though. So the blackout curtains. Hey, you gotta get that room as dark as you can get it. If you got a lot of, I live by myself, so I don't have to worry about a lot of noise and things. It's quiet where I live, so I keep the fan running, and close the bedroom door, and I go to bed. So another thing that I'm going to do differently this week is, last week, since I was trying to get used to nights and get adjusted and things like that, when I went home, I went straight to bed. I took a shower and got into bed. That's how tired I was. But I actually read an article that said, don't do that. When you get off, take a shower, whatever, you need to try to stay up for a couple hours. That way you're sleeping up until the time you need to go out. And that makes sense. So this week, I'm going to try that. I'm going to try to, when I get home, I'm going to try to go to, stay up for a little bit and then go to bed. See if that helps. And I believe it will. That way I'm going to bed and actually being able to sleep through until the afternoon or evening when it's time to get up. Another thing that I try to do is eat my meal a little earlier than right when I'm going in. I have my big meal at home, then maybe something small at work, and then normally by the time I get home I may be hungry for something small again. I'm not really hungry though. I've noticed trying to be on these nights, my appetite has went down, man. Nothing but water, caffeine, and just trying to make it. So I noticed about 5 in the morning, 5 or 5:30 is when I would really get tired. I would get out to Casey, Illinois at like anywhere between 1:30 and 2:30 in the morning Eastern time. Excuse me, meet my driver. We would switch. I'd take a 30-minute break, go inside, use the restroom or whatever, get my paperwork together, all that good stuff, head back. 5:30, that area when the sun's starting to come up and break a little bit, man, it's like, it'll be like, right now, I'm tired, man. I've done good all the way up until that point. So hopefully, that's something I can work through, transition through. I was in a bad headspace last week over these nights. I was like, man, I can't do this. This is tough. What did I sign up for? But one thing I keep telling myself is I knew coming on to a company where seniority mattered, a line haul company, a LTL company, I knew that I would start at the bottom, and 9 times out of 10, I would work nights. I knew that. So I keep telling myself, yeah, it sucked last week. It was terrible. I was ready to throw in the towel. Look at that. Car get over right on top of you, boy. But we made it to a new week, and that's what matters, man. Communication is the key. in all of this. You got to be able to communicate with your family. They got to understand. They don't have a choice. You got to communicate with your job. If you're tired, if it's bothering you, whatever, they may be able to help. They may not. I don't know. But also listen to yourself. If it's something that you say, hey, I tried it, but I absolutely cannot do this, then you can't do it. Some people just can't stay up at night, no matter what. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'd say give it more than a week. You know, give yourself more than a week to transition. It's going to take a while. And if you can't do it, like I said, it's not wrong with saying, hey, I can't do this, man. That's better than somebody getting hurt or killed out here. Seriously. For me, that 5:30, 6 o'clock area, I stopped. One day I took a 7-minute power nap. Closed my eyes for 7 minutes. I was good. That got me back. I never dozed off. I never was unsafe. Any of that type of stuff. You got to get out, stretch, get some fresh air. Do that. I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. None of these jobs is worth your life or anybody else's life. It's not. Never. This freight ain't worth nobody's life. Never. It ain't worth yours, theirs. It ain't worth you going to prison or having that on your conscience. So you got to listen to yourself and know what it takes. But we made it. That's what's most important. I didn't feel good last week. I was under the weather. Still kind of under the weather. But we hung in there. We made it. And, you know, we here to fight at it another week, man. To chip away at it. See what works and what doesn't. And that's really all we can do at the end of the day. Is keep pressing forward. Keep chipping away. And, you know, all fall into place. We rebid in 6 months. In 6 months, I may say, I like nights. I want to stay on nights. In 6 months, I may be saying, you know what? I'm ready to get up off of these nights. Let me see what I can get. I may be able to get a day run. It may not be nothing left but nights once again. We're going to cross that bridge when we get to it. But overall, man, it's still been a good experience. I'm still, like I said, I'm still learning, chipping away at it, and I got faith that things will get better. There'll be good days and bad days, but I'm gonna hang in there and see where we can go. And go head on out here to Pittsburgh tonight, then up to Cleveland, and come back and go home, get some rest, and do it all over again tomorrow. So, as always, make sure you arrive to your pickup and your delivery on time and safely. Call your loved ones. Tell them you love them. Seriously, life is short. Call them and tell them you love them. Love on somebody today. But most importantly, be the reason somebody smiles today. The world is now more than ever. That's for real. There's a lot going on in this world. The city I live in they got a crisis going on with the kids killing each other, man. 14, 15, 16-year-olds killing each other, man. The 16-year-old just got killed last night, man. Fighting, somebody shot her in the face. Love on these kids, man. That's one of the reasons I came off the road. So I can be there for mine more. The world needs it. I mean it when I say that. But you already know.